Yeah, I think our advisor couldn't make it today, but I think we'll try to schedule something in. And we're also working on scheduling this for the future. But this is our officer team, and I actually wanted to announce that we have a new officer, Kareem. Kareem is going to be our development manager for the coming semester. So yeah, we're really excited about that. Yeah, so I guess just an icebreaker, something short we could do to test all your web development skills would be Kahoot. So let me start one, and then oh, that's great.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, up to 10 players. That's not good. Um,
Well, I
let's
guess
see.
we can't do it. No.
We have too many people. We weren't expecting so many people. um, Daniel, do you want to go with what you were gonna do?
Yeah, I was gonna ask a couple questions, but I'm just gonna type them
Sweet.
down. But Kahoot would have been good. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go in turn. How about we go in turn? Everyone just we call out a random name after you introduce yourself. So that way there won't be any confusion or something like that. So we're just gonna start off by let me see the questions I wrote down. I'm a put them in the chat real quick. Um, gotta find the questions I wrote typed. Nick. Okay. Okay. First, we can ask. I'm gonna put like favorite first. Question is your favorite programming language. Favorite programming language. Mine is C
My
plus
bad.
plus.
My bad. So I just disconnected. So are we typing this in chat?
No, no, no. We're gonna. I'm gonna write them. I'm just trying to transfer them from the Discord to here.
Oh,
Gotta
I see. I
copy
see.
paste it real quick. Hold on. Then you can just introduce yourself. So my name is Daniel Hamden. I'm the secretary of the Computer Science Club organization. And my favorite programming language is the one I started off with, most familiar with, which was C++. My intended major is computer science. I'm trying to be a software engineer or an app developer. Still contemplating on whether I should go for either. Still just uh, diverse choices, I guess. And my idea is, well, I think we started with a website portfolio, or I don't know if we're still on that or not, but we could just add ideas to that one. I'm still not sure what we should do. Maybe you can create like a game, something just like a variety of choices we could just type down. We can, if you guys are familiar with coding, that would be great. Yeah. I'm gonna ask Mr. Midnight to go next. I'm not sure what your name is though.
Yeah, so my name is Camden. My favorite programming language is Kotlin because of its versatility. You can write the code once, run it on Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, whatever. Um, my major, so I actually dropped out of ACC and I'm working on becoming an independent software engineer. I am currently like talking to a target recruiter, and that's why we're doing an interview prep meeting after this meeting. As for ideas for the club, I think the interview prep would be really cool to expand upon. So I'd like to see myself make a bot that can like really automate the process for interviews on the server. And we can have Nate go next.
All right. So my name is Nathan. I'm the president of the Computer Science Club, and yeah, my favorite coding language, honestly, it changes a lot depending on what I'm doing. So I've been doing a lot of coding interviews lately, so it's Kotlin because it kind of combines like the syntax of, I guess, Python and Java. So I really enjoy that.
Camden, you're
Partially
looking
inspired by
for
Camden.
a
Um,
winner.
my major is computer science, but I'm hoping to transfer to UT in the fall. And my ideas for the club would really be to get something going in person because I really miss that aspect. And yeah, we're planning to have like meetings in person, like maybe once a month or something like that at an ACC campus. But um, do you want to go, Jason?
Yeah, sure. Wow, that is loud. I hope that doesn't pick up in the mic. Um, Hello, I am Jason. I couldn't make it to the last meeting, so I guess this is the first time some of you might have actually seen me. Um, I am the treasurer, and I'm probably the worst coder inside of the officer group. My
That's
favorite
not
coding-
true. That's not true.
Yeah, don't say that, Jason. Come on.
Don't say that.
Nah, dude.
No.
I will fight you for that title.
Yeah. Jason says that, but then he made Facebook. So
Yeah, he did.
That's true.
I like that.
My favorite coding languages are like Daniel, the one I kind of just started with, which is C++. I also have some experience in C#, mostly because of the fact that as part of like my goal in the future is that I want to make video games, and the two major engines for video games is C# and C++. For ideas for the club, I would like for everybody to just kind of like find ways to have everybody interact with each other. One of the biggest problems with like us being online is that we're all available at completely random times, and I would like to find like ways to have people just meet up and maybe not necessarily code, but just talk and make friends. God forbid we can actually make connections around here because we all have a shared interest. Oh, and maybe a little bit more selfishly, we might need more people in the video game project. Like, I unfortunately haven't been able to take much head with that because I've just been dealing with a lot of homework recently. But if you guys want to make a video game, we're still trying to find like a way to go with it. So yeah, as it stands right now, we're trying to make a game using JavaScript. Our main goal is to teach everybody how to use like HTML and React and whatever shenanigans that everybody else seems to bring up every 3 meetings. So if you want, like, we're perfectly open and we're willing to let anybody in. Oh yeah. Karim, go.
I was actually going to ask you if I can go because I will have to leave momentarily.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to be here. Hi everyone. So my name is Kareem. I am a computer science major. As Nate said, I am the development manager of the club. My favorite program is, I like Python because that's what I started with, but I've slowly been getting into C++ recently. So that's pretty cool. In terms of plans that we have with the club, I think doing either hackathons or even mock salary negotiations conversation would be very, very useful.
That'd be very good. I would love to see that.
I previously worked as a network security analyst. I've been lucky enough to be able to do that. I am an infrastructure analyst now for a consulting company, and I'm really passionate about security. So being able to combine scripting, programming with security is one of my goals. So thank you very much. And on that note, I choose Hani Al-Hawai.
What's up, guys? My name is Hani. Right now, I'm a computer science major, and my favorite coding language is, well, to be honest, I don't have a long experience when it comes to coding, but I've done HTML, CSS, a little bit of JavaScript, and right now I'm learning Python in one of my classes. So once again, I don't really have that much experience, but if I had to pick one, I would pick JavaScript because that's the only language that I'm familiar with. And ideas for the club, I don't have a specific idea for the club. I mean, we all should help each other to become successful because we are a team and we all have a common goal. So I think that's one of the greatest benefits of being in this group or organization. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to pick someone?
Yeah.
Anyone
Go
that's
ahead.
fine.
Well, I'll pick Beth.
Hey, I'm Beth Lemons. I am doing a computer science major now. I don't know. I'm honestly just started doing ACC because I'm interested in blockchain. But I've been learning Python, so that's been my longest project thus far. But ideas for the club, actually, I was attending UT Austin's blockchain club for the past semester, and I would really like for both of these clubs to overlap or connect in some way, because especially like ACC feeds into UT Austin, their computer science does. And like there is a professor who works with the UT Austin blockchain club. So if you already are involved in some of their things, you would have a professor who could possibly help you if you wanted to go on for a bachelor's at UT Austin in computer science. So I think it's just something that like could be really cool. But did somebody have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, like, do you? So you said you've like been attending like the UT blockchain meetings. Do you have to be like a UT student to attend those?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
I'm not a student. I was not a student at UT Austin. I just started going.
Oh wow.
It's entirely
and
possible
they
that
have
it's
their
both
Discord.
sides.
I can share their Discord in the chat.
Yeah, we could
and you
definitely
can-
collaborate with them.
Yeah,
That'd be
well,
great.
they have meetings every day of the week. So they have like an engineering team, they have a finance one. Like I actually did a project with them last semester and not a student, which it felt real dumb. But like it was fun to do, and they're really active. So
That sounds
I think-
great, Beth.
we should connect with them. And also, hey, by the
Yeah.
way, the video game stuff, there's my husband's making a video game, and that community in Austin is decently active. It's kind of died during the pandemic, but like we could collaborate on that too. So-
Austin has a lot of video game studios like hanging around. Like,
It does, but it has a pretty good indie like group too. Like Devolver Digital is based in Austin.
mhm.
They just went public this fall and stuff. So like it's a pretty active world. If somebody's really interested in it, just like message me, and when we start doing those events again, just let me know and I'll send you invites to them. So, or I can just push them in the Discord if randomly people want to go. So
Was it blockchain development that they were working on, or was it just like blockchain analytics?
it's blockchain development. Honestly, they're learning Solidity for the Ethereum
Yeah.
blockchain. So the engineering group is learning to program in Solidity.
Yeah.
And then the finance group it's like crypto. Like it's
see,
just
I
how do
see.
you make a crypto portfolio and what are you looking for? So there's a little bit of technical aspects in that because of you should pick cryptocurrencies that have good development, but other than that, like it just depends.
Dogecoin. I'm kidding. Don't go for Doge.
I mean, if you'd done Dodge right at the beginning and sold, you would have the Dogecoin millionaires.
I wish.
No, just don't do that. That's actually those are memes, guys. Like that's not good financial advice. Don't do that. And also, right now, like cryptocurrency winter is starting and everybody's freaking out. So
Not NFT cryptocurrency winter.
Who has an NFT?
NFTs
here?
are going up
Please, God,
still.
No,
here saying
no.
they have a
Who has
Stop.
an
Please,
NFT?
God.
here?
Please stop buying NFTs.
No, you
Dude,
should
That's
make
what
NFTs.
that's what like Solidity like blockchain development is for, like dApps on Solidity and stuff is like good for making like NFTs and stuff like that.
The problem
true.
is that NFTs right now are basically just a scam. Like there are
So
there are
They're not a
pyramid
scam. Well,
schemes.
people
They're
are
like a
making
pyramid
money, so
scheme.
it's not like a scam.
Well,
You can make money and have it be a
Sure.
scam. I just want to say.
You can though.
The
Yeah.
point of
people
most
make money
scams
from
is to make
scamming.
money.
Yeah, well, there are people
Yeah.
who like hack and like and scam you for like that thing that happened with the
true.
Solana, something on
Yeah.
Solana, like it was like some ape NFT on Solana that they like sold like $1 million worth of NFTs, and then they like deleted their Twitter, their Discord, and everything right after they sold it. And then it turns out that they never actually gave anyone NFTs or like that digital certificate on the blockchain. So everyone just like gave them money in return for nothing other than like a JPEG, which is like
See,
not
That
even
sounds like a
the
good
case.
idea.
I'm of the opinion that
So-
even if you do get the certificate, it's still a scam.
So I'd like to
I
say
mean,
I'd like to say the following in a complete, objective, and dispassionate way. Okay, my personal knowledge of NFT, it's still at the level of like being a meme. I'm not even at the level where I can take it seriously, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do think that like Malik said, I think some people have made money off of it. But again, like Ryan said, it's not because some people made money off of it that it's not necessarily a scam.
I personally don't agree. Maybe I agree with you on like selling like the digital art, but NFTs are more than art. Like it's like it's like non-fungible tokens. It's like service, like you can do it for like services, a bunch of other things
That's
like
true.
that.
Um,
And
There's-
right
there's
now,
stuff that
just
NFTs
real
can do.
quick, like right now, if you were to get like like if you're a recruiter and you refer a cryptocurrency or blockchain engineer, your referral fee is $70,000. So a company would give you $70,000 just for getting someone who's a good like cryptocurrency engineer hired. And these are like big companies like Twitter and stuff like that. So maybe you're not taking it seriously, but these big companies are taking it very seriously.
Reddit, Twitter making profiles for it. Reddit is making profiles for it.
Facebook too, right?
let's have
Yeah, Facebook as well.
Ryan
Public
speak.
perception's completely
We need to continue to
different.
Yeah, that way we can get
Getting
to all of
jealous,
this.
Right.
so-
Icebreaker. Right. That's what we were doing.
I think we just hijacked Death Icebreaker. Yeah, we gotta go back to that.
So, I'm Ryan. I am an ex-student of ACC who's currently an employed web developer. I'm also trying to transfer to UT like Nate. And hopefully that's going to happen this fall, but we'll see. You know, it's a crapshoot. It's a top 10 school. My major is computer science. I'm interested in the idea of data science, so I might veer more towards that or like some kind of machine learning degree because I know you can get pretty specialized in UT, but I'm still up in the air about that. Right, favorite coding language. I jumped right over that. JavaScript. JavaScript's so easy. It's like a sports car. It's like you can go as fast as you possibly want. You can throw vomit in it. You can just it doesn't matter. It's an easy language. You could write 10,000 lines a day if you're zipping
Tell
crazy.
Hanny that he's driving right now.
Yeah, you know, it's so nice. Ideas for the club. I would also really like to see like mock interviews, mock pay negotiations. I think that's great. Getting like some experience of not just like obviously you need to know how to code if you're going to get a job, but you need to know how to like navigate a job as well. I think that's superb if you can go into that. You joining us today? What do you mean? Oh, for the
mock interview.
Probably not. No,
Okay.
I've still got some crunch that I've got to get into with stuff that I'm working on. I was working on stuff like right up until 2 minutes before this meeting, so I got to get back to that afterwards. But which Nate asked if I could show some of this off, so I can after we're done with the icebreaker. If
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be great.
Next, who do we have? I can't see the list of people. It just says 7 others.
I can go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My name is Farouk. I'm currently interested in computer science. I guess that's my major, and my favorite programming language is Python. And I like to dive. I don't really like to specify just the programming language. I like to dig into a little bit deeper. I guess say some of my favorite packages to use in Python. There is Threadful Executor. There's Airflow. There's a bunch of other things, but I think those are good to share and put out there. In terms of ideas for the club, I really think so. When Beth was talking about the blockchain team in UT Austin, I think one of the things that kind of got my attention was how they have like multiple teams, like teams in finance, teams in different sectors, right? So if for the club in ACC, if we could start having teams that are more, separated, that would be great. For example, a team that's more data engineering focused, more data analytics focused, more front end focused. If we can do that, I think that would be a great idea.
Awesome. Yeah. Also, if anyone else wants to go, yeah, go ahead.
I'll go. If no one else is waiting, but
Go ahead, go ahead.
all right. I'm Jamie, or I don't know what Google Meet says my name is. It's probably just James B or something. But I go by Jamie usually. My favorite programming language right now would have to be JavaScript. Because like the 2 or 3 other people who talked about JavaScript, all that's true, and it's an easy language, and I've really been getting into like learning React and Node and stuff, and I've been trying to figure that stuff out, and it's pretty cool. I like JavaScript. It's what I've been doing mostly for a while. I'm thinking I'm gonna be a web developer, but my official program at ACC right now is applied science computer programming, and then so like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do just yet. And my main idea for the club right now, Nate asked me earlier to talk about a project. I don't know if I need to talk about it right now or. Okay, he's got it. Okay, well, I was just I was thinking of making a kind of Twitter clone, so to speak, and I call it Blogo, and I'm looking for people who want to like help me design this, and we want to do like a back end API, like RESTful kind of services and stuff, and we want to have like a front end. We want to choose our technology stacks and whatnot, what we're going to use, and all those specifications you see on the screen are sort of the MVP we want for this project. Anyway, that's just a little plug. If you're interested in that, that's something I'd like to get started. For those who are into like web development, it'd probably be great experience for us all to be working together on that. And yeah, I don't know whoever wants to go next. Oh yes, someone had a question.
Malik, go.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask to go next. Is there anyone else?
I was probably the only one that wanted to also go, but go for it,
Okay.
Malik.
All right. So hello, my name is Malik. I'm the vice president. And wait, where are the questions? Okay, favorite programming language. So I guess like about me, I'm a first year here at ACC. I'm trying to transfer into like a 4-year university, so maybe this upcoming month is going to be a bit busy. I love hearing a lot of your ideas, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute to like all your projects and everything in the coming month. Once I'm done with like a lot of the applications to like universities and like internships. But yeah, I love the ideas, guys. Like a lot, like the cryptocurrency stuff, the Twitter clone, Blogo, and everything you've said, like the mock interviews and everything. They sound amazing, and I really love seeing everyone's ideas and passion come to life. And that's what like makes me so like dedicated to this club. And my favorite programming language is probably JavaScript. I think like James and Ryan said, it's like a easy language. It's like a full stack language. You have like the whole front end and back end stack that you can make with like that uses like JavaScript, and you can use like React Native to make mobile apps. So I think it's very versatile in making like applications. So that's why I really like it, and that's why I recommend it to like beginners and anyone who wants to go into computer science, because it's super simple and you can do a lot with it. And you with JavaScript, one thing that I noticed with a lot of other programming languages is that a lot of other programming languages, you don't really see your work come to life. So you'll do stuff like, I don't know, a lot of them are like command line type things. You don't really see it come to life with like a web app, for example. So with like JavaScript, you can make like a website, like you can see like reactive websites and like cool animations, or cool little nice nifty web apps with like some like decent styling if you're into like CSS and that stuff. But what I'm into is what my idea to for this club is probably like along the lines of separating out into teams. So a lot of what I think it was Farouk. Was it Farouk who said that?
He left.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he had to go or he DC'd.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, hopefully we see him again because I really like the idea. So I really like that idea. Obviously, like with everyone, like we have like, how many people are in here right now? 14, 15? We have like 14 people here and we have like 40 to 50 new group members overall in the club who responded to the form. And I imagine there's probably more that haven't responded to the form. But with a size like that, I imagine that if you guys are familiar with like PTK, that we do something like PTK where we kind of like split off into like little sub teams that work on their own little projects. And then we have like maybe big meetings together, like once a week or once every 2 weeks. Cause it's hard. And I can understand for a lot of people, it's like hard. Either you come from like you have like other responsibilities or you have like school. So it's definitely like it would be much more like accommodating to have like smaller groups split off, and you'd probably be able to get much more done, right? Since you'd have more people who are more passionate and less things more bandwidth to focus on one thing and get that task finished. But yeah, I've been talking for too long, so I'm gonna pass it on to Jacob.
Hey, I'm Jacob. I'm gonna try and keep it quick for y'all so we can move on. But I am the outreach manager for the ACC club. Pretty much I just like reach out to random people and then force them to join. And my favorite major, I would say, my major is computer science. Right now I'm trying to transfer to Texas A&M over in College Station. I feel like UT Austin is way too competitive. I don't really want to even give it a shot. And I know that A&M actually does have a pretty good computer science program over there. So I guess it's worth it. For my goal, I guess mainly I just want to become either a DevOps engineer because I know that's in very high demand. They mainly deal with like Python and that's just right up my alley. But my favorite coding language, like the main one that I started off with, was C++. I was heavy into game development before I even started doing any of this computer stuff. I was like mainly messing around with Unreal Engine 4. I honestly would love to see us like at the ACC club, like do some projects with Unreal 4 or even Unreal 5. Like I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen MetaHuman. I mean, the ray tracing and everything like that is just so spectacular, and it'd be really cool to get into that kind of stuff if anybody's ever interested.
That could arguably be something we could talk about, but it's maybe a question if everybody's computers can handle it.
Yeah, true. Actually, it's a whole engine, so it can be really hefty. But yeah, like I said, I was giving it quick, so that's it for me.
Yeah, so did anyone else? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Lucian, pronouns they, them. This is only my second semester at ACC. I'm in a computer science major right now. The only two languages I really know anything about are Python, and this semester I'm starting C++. So far I love both of them. They seem like great languages. I guess for ideas for the club, something cool to do would be like simple, smaller projects that just like 1 or 2 or 3 people could work on in groups or something, like a game jam or something. Like obviously not everybody here is into like the video game side of things, but we could make like simple games as like an event or something just for fun, just to get practice. Yeah. Thank you.
Todd said in the chat. Todd, do you have a mic?
I like turtles.
You like turtle? Okay, cool. Todd has a mic, but all right. So basically, he said he doesn't have a favorite language, but he likes the structure and the precision of C++ and the Bachelor of Arts and Science software development program at ACC. Those plans to he he has a plan to go to grad school at Texas State for his computer science, specific in HIDs. For the club, a matrix showing who is in what classes might be useful so we can reach out to each other for academic collaboration. Do you want to elaborate on that, Todd? On that
That would-
idea?
I love the idea of that. That's great. You're good.
Taking a quiz.
If we put like every CS like class up on the quiz and just have everybody say like which one they're in.
I really
Yeah,
like that
you
idea.
you can collaborate or you can coordinate notes sharing much easier, or you can like, oh, this person did this class. You can, yeah, that'd be great.
If we want to take it to
Yeah.
the next level, we could have a separate quiz saying which classes have you taken, so that
Okay.
so we can
Yeah.
Mm.
so we can ask people that've been through that class for help. Or like
Because
Yeah, I really like that idea.
I'm in the like a CS fundamentals this, and like I don't think the professor even understood what somebody was asking him for help with. So I just like sent the link for this in that class because I was like, I think people need more help than the professor's able to give them. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Honestly, that leads into what I was going to talk about next, which is the Discord redesign. So me and Camden, we worked on redesigning the Discord. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, we added a few stuff. And if you go into the roles channel, I believe, or something like that, is it roles? It's,
Yeah.
yeah, the roles channel. And
So we have the new member setup channel where you can like get all your roles, including the role for getting notifications for events. And our new setup allows for obtaining all these roles for accessing channels. That way, you only see what you want to see. And I think it would be really cool to add channels or roles for classes and languages known.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll add that in. I just have to get a full list. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. So I guess sorry this went super long, but yeah, if I asked Ryan if he could share a little bit about what he's doing in his work and stuff. So yeah,
Sure. How much do you want me to talk about?
anything you want. Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. Anything. Let me do some screen sharing. Okay. So, bit more background about what I do, right? I work in a development collective of contractors. Typically, our contracts target like lower to mid-sized companies, like in the range of 400 to 1,000 employees. I guess I'll stop screen sharing while I'm talking a little bit. Typically, it's very small teams. It's either like me or one other person, and we're working on building some sort of business automation app for this company, right? So right now, I'm on 2 to 3 projects, kind of, because one of them is starting soon, where I'm building something that automates some aspect of the business, right? And right now, here, I guess I'll show you what I have or what I've created over the past several months. This is a business automation system for a company called Pitware, or a company called IAG. The system is called Pitware. And this basically just, they give me, every few weeks, they give me a list of requirements of what they want. They want a new pay automation system, right? They want to automate how their payment works. Because right now they're just doing it by hand, or someone somewhere has to enter a bunch of things in database, and that sucks. So they give me a wireframe of some sort. This is like a very basic wireframe. And then I come in and just make it, right? And that's pretty much just what I've been doing for the past several months. I've been doing this alone mostly. My boss will sometimes give me direction. Sometimes I'll ask a question like, oh, what's the best way for me to integrate this in this certain way? And he'll tell me that. And then it's up to me to execute it. And so that's basically the scope of my work, right? I do, I guess what you could say is both front end and back end, but I'm not really like a UX designer. What I'm using is a framework. I'm using Quasar, which is a front end framework. It sort of bundles a lot of the HTML that you'd be doing yourself into these little classes, which is very nice. So they've got like a table class, which has lots of customization options. And you use those classes in your app to make things look presentable, which this page isn't done yet. This is still a little bit icky, but I'm in the process of building out all of this to exactly what they want.
And you use Vue too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As
Let me show you some of the code for how some of this works, right? So I'm using Vue, which is a framework of JavaScript. It's really just a different flavor of JavaScript. It adds in its own things, right? So you see, you specify that something is a, wait, am I still, okay, yeah, the screen share thing went away. So you specify that you're writing a .vu file, which is really just a fancy extension to tell Webpack to do special things to this, right? And then from Vue, you import certain helper functions, right? And so that page that I was just showing you, that's all this stuff. They leverage something that they call single file components, where your HTML, your JavaScript, and your CSS are all in one file, which if you've done web development before, I'm sure you know managing 3 separate files for every little component can be very cumbersome. It makes it so you don't want lots and lots of components very much, or like that doesn't scale very well. So Vue tries to answer that by making them all one file, which makes compartmentalizing the functions of your app much easier, right? Because you can split them out into just another component. So this whole thing right here, I've got like everything that's visible on the DOM, and then down here, a whole bunch of different logic to control my time card that I've made. And the basic structure of a Vue component, it's got like a bit of boilerplate, right? You've got a section for template for your HTML, you've got a section for script, section for style, and then Webpack, which is really just a parser, is going to interpret all of this and translate it into individual CSS, JavaScript, and HTML files, which your browser then renders. So it's sort of just a nice interface for developers, which is great. And all this is this is like the basic boilerplate of any app. You define component in your script, which says, hey, I'm creating the guts of a new component. You've got a setup function, which just returns an object. And the object is, you can reference it from your template. So if I say like, const count equals ref 0, and I return count, and say I want to reference something from my setup object in the template by using curly brackets. And so let me mount this somewhere. There. Let's stick it top of the page. Sure. Not register right. Yeah, so see, I've rendered that 0 on the page now, which it's a very, very, very rudimentary explanation for how this works, but that is
Can I
basically
ask a
it.
question?
Yeah, sure, sure.
What made you want to join the collective?
So it pays really nice. I'm able to set all of my own hours. I'm able to pick and choose what work I want to do. So I chose to do this job because I like the look of it, right? The people that I'm working with are nice. The general atmosphere is nice. I've had other jobs or other contracts, right, from this collective where I took the job, I met with the people, I started working for them, and they're just rude or unpleasant, or the stuff they give me to work from sucks.
Pretentious, probably, right?
Yeah, sure. And the freedom this job gives me is I can simply pass it to someone else in the collective. Or if none of us want it, we just throw it out. And so we get fairly large volume of contracts. I think right now we've got between 20 to 30 for various different developers that we work on, and it's a small collective as well. It's like it's 10 to 20 people, so it's about a contract per person, and really it's very hands-free. Like my boss doesn't really interact with most of us outside of giving us work, and then we handle it. I handle interface with the client. I demonstrate weekly progress that I've made. Just earlier today I demonstrated this page and showed them the functionality of how time entry is going to work and whatnot.
So you guys are doing like QA reviews pretty much, or not QA reviews, but reviews, like sprint reviews, sprint retros, all that stuff.
Yeah, basically, like the scope of my job is bigger than most like professional web development fields because the budget's so low, right? This is a very small company, and the budget is really only big enough for one person to be on it. So
Gotcha. So you don't have like QA to test the functionality. It's pretty much just all you.
It's just me. Yeah, which sounds a bit intimidating, I know, but it's you set your own schedule. You can do whatever you want. You can tell people like, oh, this is going to take me another week to do. You can, and it just is. They
So
just
wait.
accept that.
So they don't have deadlines, like set deadlines then, or if you.
There certainly are. There's certainly.
Okay.
If they set a deadline, then ideally you have to meet it. But
if you can't, then you'd have to like, hey, I need more time on this, right?
Yeah, right. And again, because they're very small companies, not to sound like predatory, but they have to accept that. They can't go pay a bigger contractor to do it for them. So they're getting a deal on their website being made, and I'm given a little bit more bargaining power.
And what were your learning resources?
Oh, for learning how to do all this?
Yeah.
Google. Well, so going into this, I knew a bit of JavaScript, I knew a bit of HTML. This project, I was completely new to Quasar, so I had to go learn how all these classes work and what all to put in them.
How did you do that? Did they have like tutorials?
Documentation, tutorials. Sometimes I spent a lot of time on Stack Overflow for various things, and the Quasar devs are very active. They'll make code pins for just about any issue. Like you can ask them to create some sort of situation in a code pin, and they'll just do it for you, and you can see how that functions here. So this is like them breaking their table component for me in a way that
you just learn
I needed it done. Yeah. So really, I would say probably about 30% of my job every day is research, where sometimes, right? When they ask me to do something new like this timekeeping system, there were a lot of new components into this. So I spend about maybe 3 to 4 hours learning how to do those new things, right?
Nice.
And then executing them. So, and again, a lot of it is just documentation, various tutorials online, mostly spend a lot of time on MDN, which if you're still new to JavaScript, this is lifesaver. But yeah, when I first started, I had frequent code reviews with my boss just to make sure that I was understanding everything, I was getting settled nicely. And so sometimes he'd point out like, oh, you should really be doing this way instead and stuff like that, just best practice things. And that helped me get acquainted with a lot of the core of JavaScript. But now I would say I'm pretty fluent in it. Oh yeah, I should say the other thing. This website also has a backend as well, which I'm also in charge of. And the backend is a C# report printing system. So this company's got like a whole bunch of forms that they send to various people, various other companies and whatnot. And so this automates the printing of those reports, right? And so I've constructed, I've broken this down in a lot of different ways as well. So each page gets built separately, and then I've got a little constructor function that assembles each report. Yeah, it's just another little thing. But learning, I was not at all familiar with this when I started, so this was much more of a learning curve. But yeah, and then when we're doing meetings and I'm demonstrating this, then the second part of the meeting they give me new stuff to do next week, and frequently, sometimes you'll get clients who are they don't really know what they want, that you have to kind of like figure out what exactly it is. Sometimes they're dreamers and they ask for way the heck too much. Like this particular client, in fact, they sent me this wireframe of it's like 20 pages of things that they
Wow.
want for this. So this is
What
what
is
I'm working on.
what's the project or the prompt?
Prompt? What do you mean?
Like what was the what did you have to work on exactly for that? Like what would you have to code for the client?
Oh, well, this is a timekeeping module, right? So I need time entry for each technician. I need different views for like weekly approval process, timesheet manager, that kind of stuff. I need a client report that I print and it sends like a what's the word? Invoice to clients.
Mhm.
They're tracking discipline. I need logs for all this. So
Where did you
Would it
even
be
land the job? That's what I'm curious about.
where did I even what?
Where'd you even land this job?
I had like a friend of a friend knew that, or a friend of a
Uh,
friend was looking for just computer science people, and
Mhm.
so she said, "Hey, you should apply to this," and I did. So
Nice.
would it be safe to compare this to like kind of a different ADP, to be honest? Or
different
no?
ADP.
Like ADP is kind of like a timekeeping thing as well for like payroll and all that stuff.
Oh.
Is it kind of like that?
Yeah. So this module that I'm building, there's a lot of like prepackaged modules like this out there available for purchase. They want their own because they've got a lot of requirements for it. Like you saw, there's all kind of equipment tracking that has to go by timesheet. Each of these days has other things that they need. I need to record various different bits of information, and a lot of those systems aren't very customizable. And so they're already hiring me to build their website. They figured we're just going to make you build this module as well. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, but I definitely I've spent a bit of time researching this week some of those other modules just to see like what they offer, what's available, and maybe if I could scrape some of their logic for use in this. But yeah, it is a big bit of code.
Yeah.
I think so far I've probably written about 60,000 lines for this thing.
That's a lot.
It's quite a bit of stuff, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that looks like it'll be fun though, like to build. So basically, what's your like official title with the company?
Software developer. I started at this company as a junior developer and I was making 15 an hour and I wasn't working anywhere near as much as I am now, right? I started and they would give me like just some small thing to do for a day, like make some new page of this report. And my boss was much more involved then, right? Because he'd feed work to me every so often. But now I've proven that I can just handle a client on my own. So now I just work full time and handle the clients entirely.
Very good. Very good. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
recommend
awesome.
this for anybody who's interested in anything web development. Like, obviously, you don't want to, like, this isn't my future job for forever. I plan on, once I get my degree at UT, probably applying to some of the big guys, maybe Google, Facebook, something like that. But it's definitely a great starting point, and you learn so much doing this because you can pick and choose clients. You can say, oh, I want to pick a client who wants me to build some app in this way, right? Because I want to learn this thing. And so like
It looks tough though. It looks
it's
very
a
tough.
little bit tough. There's like you need to be really good at picking things up fast, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not even like you can take on a job and not even know a language, which is what I did, right? I didn't know C# at all. but you know, you just understand that some percentage of your day is going to be research, and
Yeah, I have a friend in Apple. He tells me half the time, like, you're still studying even while you know everything.
all the time,
Everything.
yeah,
All
you
the time.
never know anything. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like
It's good though.
a lot of like, I should also say my experience at ACC is I've only taken up through programming fundamentals 2, right? And so I got into this knowing just a little bit of JavaScript, a little bit of C++, and then it's just learning constantly every day. Lots and lots of like those classes will get you to learn the basics of typed languages like C, Python, whatnot. A lot of it is learning modules and how to make different things interact, right? Like this project that I'm working on uses Firebase. I'm connecting that to both the website and the server. There's like a whole bunch of different bits of technology that have to talk to each other. And that part is some of the trickiest in computer science, I think.
Do you know anything about Swift?
A little bit. I haven't used it, but
I think yeah, because I was trying to look on YouTube about Swift and Xcode on the Mac. It's really useful. It's like for creating apps. And like Xcode, it's like portrays similar like a visual of what the iPhone would look like and how it would be printed out.
Like an emulator?
Yeah.
you
like
can
that.
actually do that in, wait, hold on. Am I still screen sharing? No, I'm not.
In Google Chrome, you can like do the emulator in the
Yeah,
web browser. Yeah.
you can. There's a lot of really nice tools in
Google
the
Chrome.
Yeah, Google Chrome will let you do will let you actually do like you can actually check how responsive the website is in Google. Yeah, like
which
that. Yeah.
in this case, I haven't styled this yet for iPad. There's a bunch of these pages that I have though, and that's just something that like they want some of these it's something I have to go through eventually and do, because like the Quasar, the framework can handle some responsiveness, but really there's not a really good be all answer to make something that looks good on like PC and mobile and everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's just like
Also,
a lot of CSS.
yeah, sorry to cut in. Yeah, I actually have to go now. I have another meeting, but
that's
just to let everyone know, Camden's in the Discord, and yeah, they're holding a mock interview session. So if anyone wants to join and practice,
What's the mock interview about?
Yeah,
Straight up like questions they would ask you when you're getting when you're trying to apply for a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's behavioral right now, so you needn't worry if you're not like grinding leak code. I doubt, based on what I know, they're not gonna sit there and grill you
okay.
about leak code. They will grill you though if they suspect that you're a bot. You know, like, so act natural. I'm just kidding. They're not gonna grill you at all. Act natural and be yourself, and they're just trying to do like the behavioral stuff and make sure.
I was
you do, like,
actually
the
gonna.
regular. Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying I was actually gonna go to that, so I'm probably gonna go to.
Yeah,
go
Yeah,
to.
we gotta end the session right now.
Yeah, we do anyway. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. This was a great meeting, guys.
You
Yeah.
too.
Take care.
Nice meeting you guys. Sorry, Maddie, you were late.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I came in. The last 2 minutes were amazing. I loved it. So I'll see you guys next week.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to answer any more questions that anybody has. Just ping me on Discord, and I will give you suggestions.
Thank you, Ryan, by the way. You
Appreciate
gave
it.
me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man.
You don't need to have any experience to dive in deep into this stuff.
Ridiculous. That's
I'll have a
crazy.
recording of this put on the local Google Drive that we have.
Okay.
You'll just have to ignore the one pop-up of Windows Word like appearing in the recording because I was trying to submit something, but everything will we're pretty much recorded from when Nathan started. So
Can you send the Google Drive out again, Jason?
Yeah, we're gonna add you to it. Just
Yes, please.
do you have our
Okay.
Discord? Are you guys in our Discord chat?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been in it.
Okay, so we'll send you. Here, just send us your email on the announcements or something like that. I don't know which chat we should put it on. Send the email and we'll just add it to the Google Drive. Okay. All right.
Cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Okay, guys. we'll see you next Friday, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds
Alright.
Wait,
good.
Ryan, are you
Alright.
staying on?
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.
Ian,
Bye.
or I was going to ask you a question. So,
Yeah, for sure.
are you still interested in like a position with my company? If
Yeah, let me send you my website. I put it in chat,
oh,
like
cool.
my professional website.
I'm still working on building mine right now. Oh, nice.
What
You
even,
got
dude? I want to learn the shit. I need
some UX
Bro,
skills.
just like okay, I
good.
know, Daniel, like that it seems intimidating at first,
so
but web development is one of the easiest things to get into. You just got to dive straight head
yeah.
in first.
Just dive straight in.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, like I know. Okay, so what it needs is just like time, honestly. So sit there, like bang your head against the wall, do the whole like shebang.
Mhm.
Once you bang your head a couple of times, it starts thinking straight.
The only mark of a bad developer is giving up. Like,
Yeah.
I can't deal with that right
So
now.
so just get like frustrated once you. I think the biggest thing is like working through the frustration.
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
just yesterday, I had this like awful nightmare of a problem where, um,
Keeps you up at night.
oh, I did. So, JavaScript date objects, right? They're
I hate
stored.
those
They're
new
stored
data thing.
differently in so many different ways, right? So Firebase, right, which is the database that I'm using, automatically converts dates into Firebase timestamp objects, which are different, and they have different like methods and whatnot. And so then frequently also in this app, I'm storing dates as strings just because they're nice and easy to print, just
Yeah. I
and
was doing that
so
with Chart.js.
right. And so now when I'm doing this timekeeping part, I've got 3 different kinds of dates in this app, and they're all like communicating with each other. So I need to either like make rules for myself of this kind of date is only stored here, named this or that, or I need to make some function that I call with every single date and is like check the type of this. If it's this, convert it to this. And
I see.
God, it gave
Yeah.
me like 3 hours of mess to clean up. It's
Coding.
yeah. JavaScript dates, like there's so many different ways of representing dates, and everybody's in disagreement because you can also use Unix timestamps. You can use various other.
Isn't the standard? What's the standard one? It's like UML or something.
Something like that. But
yeah. I don't
Malik,
know.
I'm really impressed.
Oh, with my website? Yeah, I
Very
still need
good.
to add like a couple animations and like
The-
fix
the
some of the
contact.
styling.
yeah, you got some really good UI here.
Dude, where'd you learn it? Where'd you learn how to make the website?
Let me actually link a couple YouTube videos. There's this dude. He teaches you like how to use like Figma and like design it in Figma, and then he's like,
nice.
Let me
he's like,
show you.
But Ryan, what would you like? Do you recommend learning Vue? Because I know it's
mean,
easier.
so it's supposedly easy in React. I haven't gotten into React just yet.
Yeah.
But
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Bunch of cool libraries in React.
Yeah. I know that React is bigger. It's got like more of a backing just because it's been around for a lot longer. So they've got like a more developed community. Vue recently switched from Vue 2 to Vue 3, and they've come like a whole new API has come with that, and like a new way of structuring your code, which the community is very split on. But
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
I hear that Vue is like it has a better sort of community because like React and Angular, they're made by big companies, right? They're
right.
React like Facebook and Angular at Google.
Yeah.
So they're like
can be
they're
good, but it can also be
Yeah.
bad in other ways. And
Yeah.
Vue, it's made by a guy and his team, Evan Yu, and they're very responsive. Like
Yeah.
the
So that's what I
language-
heard about Vue is that like they're responsive to community grievances and stuff like that.
They are, yeah. And a lot of like I know that Vue is growing very rapidly. So like Quasar has like completely taken to Vue. It's like a framework for Vue, which is nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other
I wish-
options for that as well. Like
I wish
Tailwind
there was
has a lot of Vue
KSAR like
integration.
I wish there was more KSAR for like React because right now the only thing React has is Material UI.
Mhm.
Not sure if you know what that is, but like, do you know like Material Design?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
It's like the whole like Google. It's how like Android and Google designs their like web apps, like or they're like you know how Android is like structured, or like the let me send you like the web page material, not oh yeah, this
Did
one.
you say the guy was the guy that taught you how to for the tutorials on YouTube?
Just look up. Let me send you like YouTube.
I would like to let everybody know that I'm still technically recording.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I never actually stopped.
Why?
Why?
I don't
You
know.
gotta edit that out.
It might be relevant to like something like.
You know, it could be. You can just leave it.
Because like if somebody wants to like check out how to do like web stuff, maybe like having the links there like on the chat.
This dude, Web Dev Simplified, is pretty good.
Web Dev Simplified.
Web Dev Simplified.
I'm very
He's right.
weirdly particular about how I'll learn a new thing. Like I don't like videos. I don't like books. I like
Documentation.
and
Banging your head on
reading
honestly the
Stack
best way.
Overflow as I go.
So many ways.
That's honestly the best way, to be honest, because that the videos and like these Udemy people,
They're not
they like
necessarily
teach you.
best practices either.
Yeah, they're like teaching you how they know it, and they don't teach you like everything. Whereas the documentation is more like comprehensive,
completely comprehensive.
Yeah.
So I would wait a little bit on getting into Vue because they've just switched versions, right? And their documentation is all still for the old version. They're
I see.
releasing the new documentation at some point in the next month or two. Wait until then, and then just dive into Vue 3, like make some app or something, and
Yeah,
it'll.
I
feel
heard the
good,
best things
it'll
like
feel great.
to-do lists to make.
Yeah, just make
or
a to-do
something.
list or something. I've got a
Yeah, but
bunch
I have
of browser extensions that I'm trying to make just as projects for myself right now using Vue 3.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You can make projects using like I mean, you can make Chrome extensions using like
That's crazy.
like a framework like that.
Oh yeah. Well, so let me
Let me get
hold
into.
on.
I need to get
Speechify.
into
Have
that.
you guys heard of Speechify?
Speechify, is that like an extension?
Yeah, it's an extension on Google, like for people who have like a hard time just focusing on just reading one thing on a computer. They just space out. Instead, it just reads it out for them.
Oh, so that's why the tags are there. So like in HTML,
Mhm.
they have the alt. I was because I keep on hearing like alt and stuff in HTML, like when you use like the image tag and then you have to specify an alt.
Yeah.
So
Let me.
no, you have to specify in like the image tag, like in case the image doesn't load, or for screen readers, you have to like have like a tag in the image where you like insert the image that says like what the image is. Yeah, like a brief description, so that like if a screen reader pops up, pulls through it, then it like reads it out. But I didn't. Yeah, I was like always like, oh, where are these like screen reader extensions or whatever?
So Quasar is mainly for like front end.
Is it UI? Usually, it's
It's
Quasar
a
just
UI
like styling.
framework. It's
Just
just
like
a rewi-
styling.
Yeah, it's like Tailwind's another like front end framework, right? It's just a bunch of pre-written CSS and HTML compiled into little chunks that are very customizable chunks, and so
I
it
see.
removes some of the need for you to be a UX designer as well. So
Yeah.
they're useful. They're very full libraries typically with lots of options. But so this Quasar has.
Who created it?
I don't know. I could.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah,
I made it.
Quasar. Yeah. Malik made it. He's a plant, an industry plant. He's recruiting people. If you stayed in this call long enough, you have a job.
Mhm.
But so they've got a browser extension CLI that just builds a basic browser extension. You can go into Chrome and set it to hot reload that extension, so you can test it using that. It's very nice. I'm working on making some kind of web scraper to notify me when there's new forum posts on various places.
What web scraper thing do you use for JavaScript? Because I know most of them do it through Python with like Beautiful Soup, or what's the other one? Selenium in Python. I know there's some in JavaScript, but
So
really
I haven't gotten like I haven't found a library for that yet. What I'm currently doing is I've got a Google sheet that is using import XML functions to import the XML of the web page, and then the scraper's reading from that. So,
Oh,
which it's terrible, but
yeah. Let me link you a video that I found.
Yeah, I would love that.
For I don't know if you like videos, but you can probably get the library name.
Mhm.
Script, web scraper. That's it.
I'm sure I'll be able to find a really good JavaScript one eventually. I haven't had a lot of time for personal projects as well. It's the other thing, which
I mean, you already got the main personal project, which is what's it called? Yeah, working. That's the biggest one. You don't need personal projects if you got work.
right.
Because
I
everything
just
you
wake
make
up,
in
go
there.
to work, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah. A bit of a capitalist nightmare, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's with Node.js. I'm not sure if you're doing any like back end.
I haven't used Node, but I'm familiar with it. I'm sure that Node.js is really just like I'm sure you could make it work, maybe.
Yeah. Probably need like Express or something. Express.js. I'm trying to get into that too. The thing is with school, it's just so like draining.
Mm-hmm.
What are you
And then
taking?
applying.
I have a
I'm
teacher-
taking.
I have a teacher who just like when I emailed for help, pretty much just said get good.
Get good, bud.
That's so
That's
It's, yeah,
that's
pretty-
most professors.
That's pretty much it. Like no help whatsoever. It's pretty much just like
They
oh,
don't
here's
care,
the
dude. They don't care.
God.
Yeah, so,
That's
some of
my
them do.
experience with ACC.
Some of them
I feel like-
care, but that's why you got to look on Rate My Professors before you register for the classes.
I
That's
feel like
what I
the
do.
majority of my teachers have cared very deeply. Like I've only
Yeah.
had one who just was
That-
awful.
But ACC is like is better with that. Yeah, they're more understanding at ACC. Thank God I'm here. But
Mhm. I know
there
at
is
UT
one.
you don't get one-on-one professor time, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
because over there it's like a class with like not 1,000, but like at least like
300.
Yeah, so quite a bit of kids. But I think it's like I'm taking like engineering physics 24, 30.
Yep.
I don't know.
It's a
24,
hard
25.
class. Who do you have
Yeah.
with that?
He's the dude
Sad
that's always in the
face.
tutoring
Jeff
library.
Bechtold?
No, Wolfgang. Frey
yeah,
Wolfgang.
If we're just dissing teachers now, maybe I should stop the recording.
We're not dissing them. We're talking about, but yeah, stop the recording.
Yeah, he's
stop the
always in the
recording.
tutoring library.
Stop the
I'm not
recording.
sure.